All right, now we're going to cover my 8 favorite exercises for osteoarthritis of the lower back. This is a follow-along video. I want you to actually do it every single day if you can. Ideally in the bed is the best, and we're going to supply a countdown timer so you guys can actually not think about time or set it, you just follow directly along with us. This is Sarah. She's going to help us out with it today. All right, we're going to start with one leg. Go ahead and grab your knee for me. Perfect. And just pull it into your chest some. All right, and we're going to pull and relax, and pull and relax. Okay. This shouldn't create any groin pain or pain in the front of the hip. If it does, back off a little bit on the range. And sometimes actually make it a little bit more active, like trying to do a little baby crunch, and then pulling your chest towards the knee and knee towards chest is helpful too. And go and relax. Sometimes people feel this in the belly. Is that where you feel it in the belly?
Yes.
You starting to shake?
A little bit.
This is too hard for you, isn't it?
It's a little hard.
Go ahead and pull and relax and pull and relax. And we're going to do this for about a minute or so. Any of these exercises shouldn't create any low back pain or discomfort. They should just be hard or feel stretchy in the areas intended to be stretchy. The stretchy area you should feel probably is the back of the hip, which we'll show you in the next one. Go ahead and switch legs. Good. You should feel a little bit stretchy kind of into this area. You shouldn't feel stretchy in the front. So pull in. Oh, you're doing the hard version, huh? Okay. Go ahead and pull in. Let's try the easy version first. And relax. Maybe for the next 15 seconds we'll do the easy version. And then we'll do the hard version. Good. All right. We're about to ramp up on the hard version. This is what you wanted.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Knee to chest, chest to knee. And relax. Knee to chest, chest to knee. It's important to note too that obviously these exercises are structured for osteoarthritis of the low back. They're not for other types of back pain. And so if this bothers you, sometimes people try this type of baby sit-up type of thing with low back disc herniations, and it does not help. It actually makes things feel worse. And so if you're experiencing problems and you want a specific thing to do, talk to us. We're going to try something called Windshield Wipers now. Go ahead and knees up. Place your hands firmly onto the ground, or in this case, the bed for everybody else. Go ahead and see if you can reach both knees towards the floor over there, and go and return. Now, a nice way to develop tension with this and make the belly start to work too is to make sure that you don't let me pick your hand up off the floor, and don't let me pick your hand up off the floor. Good. Keep going like that. Also, too, another thing she can try to do is, we have these rib humps right here on her. She's really good at showing them. So we're going to, can you help hide those rib humps for me? Good. And so you might not make it all the way to the floor. That's okay. But we need to see if we can keep those rib humps under control. Basically what that means is when those guys are up is it makes it so your low back is extending. And for people dealing with this, a lot of times extension bothers their low back. And so we want to make sure that these guys are under control at all costs on this. Next one, we're going to go into a hip stretch. Go ahead and cross one leg over the other. Good. That hand on this. Actually, take it back. We're going to push.
Okay.
So go ahead and push. And then push back with the knee.
Okay.
Good. And return. So you're probably going to notice that when you push, it's kind of easy. But when you push back this way, it's kind of hard.
It makes it harder.
Okay. And so we're going to go for bursts of hard and easy. Hard and easy. But it should never feel like you're really going to rip your hip off. Where do you feel this, Sarah?
I feel it on the outside of my right hip.
Okay, so here, but on this side, right? Good. Push and push. Easy and hard. Okay. As you get more ambitious, you can make it harder and harder if you want. Okay. I don't know anyone who's really hurt themselves doing this. Normally at that point they'll start to shake and they're like, okay, I don't want to push any harder. Okay. We're going to start working our way to the other leg now. All right. Cross. There we go. Push and hard.
Okay.
Push and hard. You're pretty flexible, aren't you?
Kinda.
Okay, so we're going to bring this a little bit higher for her then. Foot down, right there, and push, and then push.
Better.
Okay. Or if she is having a hard time with getting the good stretch out of this, she can bring the other hand in, There you go, and push a little firmer, because this one's going to take it further, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, and push. So you aren't wrong with that.
There we go.
Nice. Push and push. You'll probably notice too that when you do this, your belly automatically does work, and that's what we want. Part of recovering from pain associated with osteoarthritis of the low back comes down to making the core and glutes function really well. So with that being said, the next exercise we're going to go to is a glute one. Go ahead and switch legs.
Great.
This one's a push-pull in the other direction. Grab it, interlace your fingers. Good. Pull it, and push it. Good. This one is a slight change where there's never going to be an easy hard. It's hard, hard. Okay? Hard and hard. Okay, you're going to feel like your biceps are working a little bit now.
Yes, for
right?
sure.
You ever thought you'd work your biceps doing a glute exercise?
Honestly, no.
Good. So we got about 30 seconds left of this, okay?
The glutes are working more, though, for sure.
Yeah, you feel in the outside part of the hip?
Yes, I do.
That's what I'm talking about. So the glutes are like the fountain of youth. Ponce de Leon was looking for them, but he was always sitting on them. Good.
Out of sight,
Hard.
out of mind.
Hard and hard. Hard and hard. If you guys need to take breaks during this too, just make them very short. You'll get the benefit will come from fatiguing the glutes versus taking a big long break. Let's go ahead and switch sides now. Same exercise, opposite side, interlace the fingers, pull to the opposite shoulder, hard and hard. Fighting the whole time. It's like an arm wrestling competition that you don't want to lose. It's always one way than the other way. Okay?
Against yourself.
Yep, you are fighting inside. There's an internal fight against yourself right now. Good. So a lot of these exercises, again, are targeted at helping out with the low back, deloading it and decompressing it, mainly by making certain areas work more. And the low back is supported by the glutes, the internal pressure, which he's creating with the pull, but also the glutes on the side. So the abs, the internal pressure, the obliques, and the glutes are really important in this. So you need to make sure you challenge them on a daily basis, which is why I want you to come back to this video and try it again tomorrow. There's other exercises that will follow this typically. We're not going to cover them in this video, but usually squats, hinging, and lunging are some types of things I want everyone to do. All right, we're going to take a knee. We're going to do a kneeling hip flexor stretch now. This one's going to be kind of easy, so set up in that position. Good. Show me a hip flexor stretch. There we go, and return. And go again, and return. Now go ahead and, can you step this foot forward just a tad for me? Everyone's going to crawl it out, and you're going to sit into it a little bit deeper. Good. And return. Now, something I'm going to have her do is a little bit of fine-tuning to this. Most people get away with doing this really well, just rep in, rep out, rep in, rep out. But I want you to actually imagine there's a paintbrush here on this side of your, I guess you can't see this, on this hip, but the other side, you're going to turn the paintbrush to the wall in front of you and try to dab it on the wall. Good. And return. And go again, dab it on the wall, and return. One more rep, and then we're going to change sides, okay?
Perfect.
Great. Let's flip sides. Actually, turn this way for me.
Okay. With this foot still?
There we go.
Okay.
All right, yeah, because I'm going to show this front side.
Okay.
So imagine that paintbrush is here. Try to dab it onto my hand. Great. And go again. Now, some people that are having low back pain from osteoarthritis, they won't tolerate a really tall position with this. And so can you go ahead and place your elbow on your knee like you're the thinker and dab that onto my hand still over there. So this allows the low back to relax a little bit and go into a neutral or a round, which is kind of what we want. We don't want to extend the low back, we want to extend the hip, which is why we're doing this hip flexor stretch. Feeling okay with this?
Yep.
Where do you feel this?
I feel this here.
Nice. That's where you want to feel it.
It's a nice stretch.
If you start feeling it down into the knee or the quad, it's a little bit far, so I'd back off a little bit, or maybe lean more into this knee here with the hand. Okay, we're going to go down on hands and knees then. We're going to do a cat-cow. Can you show me the cat?
Yep.
And show me the cow. Good. Now just do a bunch of those. Now, we don't want you to actually feel pain in either of these positions. It may feel stretchy on the low back area here. A lot of times people feel stiffness here. That's completely normal. So I want you to go to the point where you feel a little bit of a stretch and then back out of it again. We're not going to make a change in a day, but what we want to happen is we want this area to subtly elongate to reduce the amount of tension on some of the aspects of the spine, like the disc, like the nerves, and the facet joints back there. And so a lot of times this works a lot better than doing just a stretch one time and then never coming back to it again for a month. A lot of times we have to work for adaptation. We have to make sure the area slowly adapts over time. Okay. Last one we're going to do is I want you to lay on your back. This is called a posterior pelvic tilt. Okay. This is the most awkward one for everyone to do. And can you just smash my hand with your back? Mm-hmm. Good. Harder, harder, harder. Good. And relax. And so that's basically it. Go ahead and show that again.
Sure.
So notice by doing that, she's not trying to get super thin or suck her belly in. She's simply trying to smash something underneath her low back. Because she's trying to do that, automatically her pelvis or her tailbone comes off a little bit off the floor, but it's not intentional, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel working in this?
I feel my lower core.
Good. And so the further you go with this, the more you press, you might start to feel a little bit of tension go down into this area.
Yep.
And that's kind of the limit of this exercise. You don't have to go beyond that. This is just generally exposing your back to some round, which is helpful for people with this type of condition. One more. Good. Go and relax. All right, so these are the exercises I'd like everyone to try to bookmark this video and come back to and try again tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and see how it works for you. Let us count for you. If you want to learn more about what osteoarthritis of the low back is, what structures are associated, and why this keeps happening, stay tuned till after these the exercise in this video, and we're going to actually cover it in very good detail with the anatomy and the mechanics of how the body works, so you can get a good idea of what's going on. I know not everybody cares about all that part, but I do strongly encourage you to watch that. We also have a webinar that's come up too throughout the video. I'd encourage you to watch that. It's something that we spend a lot of time putting together, and it covers it in way more detail than we do on YouTube. So take advantage of that, and also watch the remainder of this video to learn more about the mechanics.